the chat can actually hear us. Hello, chat. Are we there? Is everybody ready?
Well, ho ho.
Mr. Max Chaos, please do not impersonate Sinster. He might actually have a heart attack. Especially if his joke's getting around a lot. Oh
Very
dear.
nice.
I looked at it then and thought it was Sinster, and no, it's Mr. Chaos trying to hide himself. How rude. Right. Anyways.
Santa's watching, man. Santa's watching.
Hello, everybody. Yes, tinsel. Lots of tinsel. Bob demanded that I have tinsel on today. His hat might be falling off, but look, chat, there's Bob. Bob is happy. Bob's got his hat. We're all good.
I forgot about Bob.
You forgot about Bob. Chat has not forgot about Bob.
Gotta make your list and check it twice, Bam.
Oh,
forget about
dear. Bob's become a bit of a regular now because of chat, honestly. But yes, we have tinsel, we have Santa hats and elf hats and Christmas t-shirts on. Because, you know what, who doesn't want to be tanking in a Winter Wonderland? Yes, I got that in there, chat. Please don't, tell me off. But anyways, Mr. Bam, I hear you have a t-shirt on that our lovely Petty might be interested in.
I picked this one out today just for you, Petty. I love always seeing the dancing dinosaurs on the stream, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. And I mean, who all remembers, of course, in history when Santa saved the prehistoric dinosaur Christmas? So many, 65 million years ago. One of my favorite t-shirts.
You have a jingle bell on your elf hat, Bam. Awesome.
I am trying to remain, and you guys know me on stream, I am way too animated. I'm trying to keep as still as possible because this thing is loud and probably going to give you all a headache in addition to myself.
It's okay. We're feeling festive. It's fine. And I mean, it's not been that long since you were both on stream with me, but how was Thanksgiving?
It was great. Yeah, got to see family. It was we have a new niece in the family, so it was her first Thanksgiving. So everyone got to crowd around the new baby, and we played a lot of family games. Sequence is a good card game that's great for playing in teams and such. Not sure if you guys have ever heard of that card game before, but it was otherwise good. Gained a few pounds.
As
and
most of
Mrs.
us
Dot
during
is
that week.
amazing.
Did we lose
I was just going to say that Mrs. Otz is amazing at making turkeys. She grinds it with apples and everything comes great. And I make gallons of cranberry sauce because I love it. And I also pass it out to friends. I make fresh cranberry sauce with honey, which I love. And our game was Exploding Kittens. That was grand all the way around. And actually having a couple of days off where I got to work on Christmas presents because I make a lot of presents for Christmas.
I have now officially completed my Christmas shopping. That is all done.
Very nice.
I now just need to wrap it all. Right, a couple of comments from the chat. We've got Twinkie Sleepy, who is very excited for Pedro. We will get to Pedro. We will get to Pedro at some point.
Okay, we'll get to Pedro. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to Pedro. We have Goliath Games in chat, who's also got his Christmas hat on. Mark 5 is saying he could eat a can of cranberries. Dear, that made my throat have a lot of fun. Oh dear. But yes, so everybody knows the new season started. The Stritzfarn has been seen out in force all over the show. Have you two had chance to play it in the matchmaking yet?
Yeah.
Of course.
Now, I'd be curious if the players are doing the same as I. The Ghost Pig tank skin itself, I know it's a wintry theme, but it's pretty cool, no pun intended. I do apply it on all the seasons. Because I don't care. I know it might stand out a little bit when you're on a desert map, but it looks good.
I didn't do that because everybody knows I'm a camo whore. So I have all the different camos on it that I was playing around with. It's just a really sexy tank. It looks nice in different camos. But I do have it for my winter.
Nice.
So, Stritzfarn chat was telling us on Tuesday as well how much they love it. So, that one has gone down incredibly well. And now for a few bits of housekeeping chat. Yes, Bam is jingling with every motion. He's feeling very festive. So,
Keep that silent.
housekeeping chat. Right. Couple of you did run into this one. Between Tuesday and Thursday of this week, so the 3rd to the 5th, there was a bug that was causing players to lose tanks after repurchasing them. We did fix that bug yesterday during that restart that you may have noticed. But if you think you are missing any tank, here's what you need to do, alright? You need to double check your account to make sure that you are not missing any tanks, and if you notice the tank has gone missing, please contact player support immediately so that we can start getting these sorted for you. I'm going to drop the link into Twitch chat, and then hopefully one of my wonderful moderators will send that across to YouTube for us. When you reach out to support, we need the name of the missing tank or tanks, any equipment tied to them, and if there were any commanders linked to those tanks as well. So any progress, any skills, we need you to reach out and give us as much detail as you can. Support will then assist you in getting these tanks, commanders and everything restored, but do be aware this is going to take a little bit of time because lots of players are coming to us with this issue, so there is going to be quite a few tickets to get through to make sure everybody gets their tanks, commanders and everything returned to them. So on that, we do thank you for your patience and any inconvenience that this bug has caused to you. Yes, there were some tanks going missing, Funky Monkey. That now has been fixed, but if you are still missing any tanks, we need you to contact support as quickly as you can. I also see a couple of comments about the T249. Both of my wonderful devs are here as well, so at the minute, as they will also attest to, is that we have no updates at this time. Not the news you want to hear, I know, but the team is working incredibly hard on going through various different options with the tanks and testing them internally before we go for a wider testing to make sure there's nothing, you know, sinister happening with the tank. It's one of these where we need to be incredibly careful with it, so once we do have news, we will give you a full update. All we ask for now is that you sit tight, and please be reassured that we are working on it as hard as we possibly can with everything else in the background as well that you saw yesterday. Anything that you two gents want to add on at the moment?
I would like to actually add a big thanks to everybody out there that provided feedback to us, because that was instrumental in the changes that we're looking at and testing currently. Bam, you want to add anything else to that?
It was exactly that. Much of the feedback that you guys are conveying to us, KB here and a lot of our other community team members are forwarding all of that to myself and to Zots here. And we are trying them out in various capacities to see what kind of works well, what still keeps the tank mechanics fun, etc. More news, as KB had said, more news to come.
Yes, as soon as we have that news, everybody, we will tell you it.
Yep, but it ain't just sitting there like an elf on the shelf. Yeah.
Oh, let's not even start on those elves. No, they give me the creeps.
And nothing personal, Bam. Nothing personal.
Right, and the last bit of housekeeping is you all saw the little info drop yesterday, so you all need to keep watching the portal, keep listening here. There's going to be lots of news coming your way over the course of the next 50 minutes and on the portal over today, Monday and Tuesday. There is a lot coming in, so you want to make sure you don't miss anything out about that. So, shall we give people who might not have seen yesterday's announcements a taste of what's to come over the course of the stream? What do we think?
Oh, yes.
Yes?
A good refresher.
Yes?
Yes.
Well, right then. So, chat, are you ready? I hope chat's ready, because this might come in a little bit loud. But have fun.
When the chill takes hold, when the lights fade, when the last hope shatters.
Nice to meet you all.
When the ice cream wraps your heart in frost. Remember, all is not lost. Let's melt that ice. Time to jingle all the way. Hold the line, Commanders. To victory. It's time to deliver some holiday gifts to Her Icy Majesty.
Your world will be my frozen
animated
playground.
No, not yet. She is incredibly cool as well.
Winter is no longer coming. It's here. Minions, move forth like the winter winds. You'll need every tank you can get to defeat me. Santa won't look so merry by the end of this.
A good time. Oh, except for back.
I know, right. Chat, bear with us. Mr. Zotz has gone walkabouts. Not
He got
entirely.
the frostbite a little bit.
He got a bit of frostbite, did he? Right, well then, chat. While we wait for him to get back, what did you all think of that little icy trailer? I can see quite a few people calling out that boss battle. That's gonna be really fun, I think. The Ice Queen has him. Yes, the Ice Queen has decided to steal away Mr. Zotz. That's entirely true.
A plot twist to the story that
A
not
plot
even
twist.
the devs had seen coming.
And I thought it was gonna be Nutso that's the plot twist.
Hold on here. How do I?
I was gonna say, do you think you can reach Mr. Zotz, and I will carry on going through chat with
He's
everybody?
aware. He's making his way back. I am trying to see how I can.
E100 skin, we have more of that to show in a little bit. Crew training and toy tanks, of course, since I think you're going to have a lot of fun with some of those new ones too. Oh, I heard the pating.
He is back in the Discord.
He's back
gotta
in the
get the camera
Discord,
going.
just waiting on the camera. It's like magic. Woohoo!
Hey.
You escaped
Yes,
the
there we
Ice
go.
Queen! Oh dear.
Well, that was a little bit too easy. I don't know if it's going to be that easy when the event mode is live.
Oh dear, I don't think it's going to be that easy either. Right
No,
then.
not at all.
Right, so shall we get into the main players of Winterfest then?
Oh, yes, let's.
Yes. So, I think we need to first find out. Oh, in fact, you're going to have to wait a minute, chat, because my cameras on the other display have gone a bit wonky. So give me a minute to do a bit of a fixaroo. There we
I know
go.
it looks like I'm living in the North Pole, but I live in Silicon Valley, and you'd be surprised at how many power fluctuations we have here.
Right, Bam is back in his correct spot. Where's Zotz disappeared off to? There we go. Oh dear, it's almost as if the Ice Queen has sent out her minions early. Honestly, I got this all set up earlier. Everything was ready to go. And then it went, nope.
Hey, Jedi, I would love to have Oddball in the game. It's one of my goals, work on getting Oddball in the game, but licensing issues. Don't give up
Let's
hope.
have a look at that. That's much better. Okay then, right. Let's get back to finding out about the Ice Queen. No, that way. And what's her story? Why is she so upset? I mean, it's already winter and it's already gone quite cold.
Well, sure, but no one really appreciates winter like she does, right? Because we're always all wrapped up in our festive spirits thanks to Santa and his crew, and keeping all things cheery and bright. But the Ice Queen, well, she's winter eternal. She's a force of nature. She really is the embodiment of winter's deepest chill, created from the iciest, strongest winds tied around the palest snowflakes and bound with magic. So when she feels that push and pull, it's gonna irk her, right? The Ice Queen's great task is to tend to winter's cold and frost the same way that Santa Claus tends to the bright and golden glow of the holidays. And between the two, there's a balance. But as years keep passing, the Ice Queen is noticing that more people are seeking out that warmth and comfort, except for you guys in Chicago right now. She watched people forsake the cold, ignore her well-crafted work, and turn away from what she considered the true devastating of winter. She decided that perhaps every season should be her season, and that it's time for this queen to expand her realm. And that's what she's doing. Santa's been keeping her in check for a while, and now she is not only threatening his workshop and village, but the entire world. And that's where the players come in.
Right then. So before I move on to the next bit, could you just push your mic up slightly?
Sure can. How's that?
That's much better, thank you.
Would you like fries with that?
Yes, I would like fries. I always want fries. That's a silly question, Zots. But we've also got a bit of sample of the VO as well to share with everybody. So I'm actually going to switch on to the other image that we've got of her as well, because she is, you know, absolutely fabulous looking. And then, if everybody can go quiet, we will take a quick listen to this.
Minions, move forth like the winter winds. Minions, move forth like the winter winds.
And that is just a tiny little snippet of what you can expect from the Ice Queen's VO. You've also heard a little bit more of it throughout the trailer as well. So she's got a cool funky new VO, just like Santa got his update on Tuesday. It was Tuesday, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right then, so that's one of his main characters, but who else have we got involved? Who else is there?
Well, let's start with Nigel, the Ice Queen's most loyal follower. After all, you know, he loves winter. It's his natural habitat. And we've got, we should have some VO for him as well, right?
We have.
Can you share that?
We can. Let's share it now.
Santa, put me on nice list, or else. Santa, put me on nice list, or else.
There we go. So chat, I've just heard one of Nigel's voice lines. He is... I'm not sure... In fact, no, I do know who's my favourite. He's coming up in a little while. But Nigel is a close second. Close second.
That's pretty darn cool.
Unfortunately.
And of
think
course,
he's my
inspired
favorite.
from all of those childhood shows that I watched as a kid.
Right.
Adorable. He's the adorable snowman, not abominable.
He's a Yeti. Let's keep it true here. He's a Yeti. And chat is calling him quite cute. So...
Excellent. Excellent.
Maybe? So what about on Santa's side? Who have we got helping Santa?
Oh, like, you mean Nutso? Well, okay.
No. Not so. Not so special. Not so soon. Who else have we got?
Oh, we've got Sergeant Frost.
Aha! Sergeant Frost. In fact, there's a bit of backstory here for both Nutso and Sergeant Frost, isn't there?
Yeah, so the backstory is I was normally, as all y'all know, we usually get, if we're lucky, 2 really cool 3D commanders, but it's the holiday season. I wanted to celebrate more. So I was actually going through and looking at all of our cool garage pops. And that's where I found, like, you know, all the cool snowmen that we have. And I also found our other cool commander, Nutso, who's basically a nutcracker. And I just kept looking at them, and I'm like, no, both of these are pretty cool. And that space, that huge, you know, I love the Nutcracker story. Come on, look at that face, right? So I rushed over. I'm like literally pinging our art director Andy. I'm like, Andy. And finally, he got me, and I'm like, so then I'm parlaying. I'm like, look at this face. Like, can't we take these guys and make 3D commanders out of them? Like, you don't have to do much, right? Maybe just rock back and forth, something like that. And then once I had my foot in the door, I asked about the snowman, and then that's when we got Sergeant Frost. And to their credit, I'm like, just a little thing. And they went bonkers. The art team went fantastically bonkers on turning Netsuko into this awesome marionette. And Sergeant Frost with his cool animations. I think that they're just all super, super cool. And that's the story, how we have 4 really awesome 3D commanders for holidays this year.
And
If I may jump in here, I remember
Go for it.
a fun development moment of Sergeant Frost, our snowman here, where a lot of people, I think early on, we only had a few of his animations actually added into the build itself. So it was kind of like subtle movements. Like he was trying not to be found as like a living snowman by any means. I don't know if you remember that one, Zotz.
Vaguely.
Originally, the art team was like, we'll just have him drip and melt, and maybe in summer maps he'll just be a puddle. We ended up something. I think something cooler, right? All the iterations and stories behind these guys.
Yeah, brought a lot more life to him.
But no, if anybody's been in Discord recently, they know I am full on Team Nutso, because he's just adorable, even if those strings are just slightly creepy on the MVP screen. Just slightly. But the Nutso...
The right amount of mischief to him.
Nutso is great, but we definitely got Team Nigel versus Team Nutso going on. But that's not all we've got. We've got a lot.
There's also Team Ice Queen.
Well, of course. I mean, who isn't Team Ice Queen at the end of the day? But that's just really the start of everything we've got planned, isn't it? So I think we should show them a little taste of everything else that's to come.
Yeah, let's hit that roadmap.
Let's get that roadmap. Now, some of you will have seen this on the release announcement releases yesterday. And one of these has already started, being the winter calendar. So I hope you have all been logging in and getting your daily gifts. If you haven't, well, where have you been? The daily presents. Who doesn't want anything more? But then we've got a bunch of other stuff going on. I mean, we've got Santa's gifts coming in on Tuesday. What are Santa's gifts exactly, you pair?
Well, Santa's gift on Tuesday. So what we're doing is, I know that right now you guys have Safe Haven as our map of choice for rotation. We're going to be pulling it back a little bit and instead boosting the rotation on all winter maps. And when you are on a winter map playing normatively, so get those winter camos out, Santa at the very beginning will fly over and give you a random boost. So that way, every time you play and you land in a winter map, you'll get a random XP and or commander boost, right, Bam? Or silver.
Nope,
Don't forget silver. Don't forget the silver. But
XP boost.
the thing here, chat, is I'm going to have to exaggerate this a lot, is the booster is automatically applied to the battle. It is not something you earn, it is something auto-applied. Okay? Got it?
You don't even have to think about it. Gift is the gift. Boom. It happens. Happy Boostmas.
And you should get a message when you load in there. Not only is Santa flying by, like you do literally see Santa and his sleigh of reindeers flying over you in the battle. At the start of the battle, I should be clear. And you get a nice little message to go with it.
Yeah. The goal here, again, you want to celebrate every part of the game. It's not just the Winterfest and the specialness we're doing. It's enjoying you guys playing the game normatively as you normally would, but bringing back that Winterfest kind of feeling to it, and then being able to celebrate those parts as well.
Bringing everything nicely together, which is also where our Winterfest storefront comes
Uncle
in,
Mala,
isn't
you
it?
can try and shoot Santa Claus, but naughty list.
Yeah, no, you don't want to end up on the naughty list. If you end up on the naughty list, you don't get to go shopping in our Winterfest storefront. Which is pretty cool, if we're honest.
There's no coal there. Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Does that not give sort of kid in a toy shop vibes?
Let me talk a little bit about this, what I call the toy store. This is our new event container system, where a lot of times you have to bounce back and forth to get into an event, look for the load things. This is here is a one-stop shop where everything Winterfest that you want to do is here and ready for you. So you'll notice in the upper right, upper left, sorry, next to garage, there'll be a Winterfest button. You hit that, and it'll bring you directly to this toy store here, or to the event container store, where all of the different things that you can buy for snowballs, which is our Winterfest currency, which you can see in the upper right in blue there. KB, you got a lot of snowballs. That you can go through and buy things through the store. All of these different sets are set up for going in and buying things directly with snowballs, except for war chests. That actually still gold. Also here you can find the story, and the story is a roadmap of each page will tell you about what's happening and or what's coming, plus a wonderful retelling of the Ice Queen story kind of that I did a synopsis on, which is fully narrated like a radio book story by our head narrator, Sheila, who read for it. And she did an awesome job. And then and our audio tech, Brendan Bloom, who is the maestro of music. Now, to get into the events, there's the play button. Real simple. Boom. You hit the play button. It takes you right into the events itself, and the event garage is set up for your toy tanks. So yeah, it's a one-stop shop, and it animates, and it's fun, and it's gorgeous.
It is
What am I
very
missing,
gorgeous.
KB?
You're not missing anything on the storefront there. It is very gorgeous, and it is the one-stop shop for pretty much everything. You can go in and, you know, appearances as new camos, new skins, emblems, and all that good fun. In fact, I think one of the camos is really gonna get chat excited, because not only is there that Pedro skin that everybody's been on about, there is also a panda camo. Did you hear that,
Oh,
chat?
I thought you were going to say the bad Christmas sweater camo.
No,
One of my
no,
favorites.
the panda camo. And I think chat's going to get really excited when they first see that next week.
Well, I know a young man named Petty might be really excited about it.
I think he'll be really excited about that too. There he is. He's very excited. Do-do-do. But those aren't the only camos. There's going to be more. You're just going to have to wait and see to see what else is in there, because you know what? We don't want to spoil everything for you. We want you to go in and explore it all. But I think we can tell them a bit more about toy tanks.
Yeah, but I actually want to touch a little bit upon snowball currencies, and we're going to do that a little bit later. Because you'll note, the snowballs up here, everything in this toy store is bought for snowballs, and there are a bajillion different ways to earn snowballs playing in the game. So we can go into better detail later. So the whole idea is you play the game, earn snowballs, you can go into the toy store and get all the cool things.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
let's talk about toy tanks. Actually, actually, Bam, why don't you talk about the toy tanks?
Sorry, I'm hardware muting my mic to keep you guys from not listening to the jingle bells when I'm not actively talking. All right, going to keep very still here. Yes.
Toy tanks, bam!
Oh,
toy tanks, come on! Excitement, come on! Let's go! Let's hear that jingle.
Excitement, let's go. Let's get into it. All right, we have them on screen. You guys probably already saw.
These, so go.
Yeah.
Go.
So you guys remember in previous years, I mean, for I think 8 years in a row, we've always done our Toy Tank Happy Holidays game mode. And you know, you are all familiar with the original green toy tank and the glitter bomb arty toy tank. And you guys already seen the announcements. We have 4 new toy tanks entering the foray here. That we have them up on screen now.
Which one's your favorite? Let's start with that one.
Sure. I do think the BB shooter is going to be a big fan favorite. A little bit harder to acquire. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Yellow Rider. We juggled names a few times during development here.
And I'm just gonna jump in because chat is asking if the original toy tanks are still gonna be about, and yes, they are. Everybody will still have the normal toy tank and what is now known as Glitter Bomb, which is the original toy arty. You will still get them as per normal. And yes, Bam is jingling. He has a Christmas bell on his hat.
How we can find
it. I think my personal favorite is the Nerf Stroyer. A TD like toy tank itself, a little bit slower than its counterparts, but it can really punch once you're ready and got your sights aimed at your targets, whether it's another toy tank player or when you get into our more our future Ice Queen event modes in the future as our PvE. more news on that in another time. Very effective.
I'm gonna say I actually really like the Mega Blaster, which is our rocket one, and I drop back to the Yellow Rider. It really depends on what scenario and way I'm fighting. The cool thing about this and what we built up to this, kind of what Bam was building up to, is when you fight the Ice Queen, you're gonna need to bring all your tanks to bear, right? Like any good raid or dungeon run, like every class has a special talent. Yellow Rider is fantastic for taking out minions, not so great for taking out Yetis.
Yeah.
Right? Where the Flamethrower, awesome for taking out Yetis and other ice type monsters. So you got to collect them all. Each one of these has an awesome medal attached to it. I'm not going to tell you how you get that medal. It'll be a Christmas surprise. But they're actually some of my favorite medals that we have. On top of that, when you purchase one of these, and they're all purchasable through Snowballs, you will get a toy version of them for your garage. Because it's all about the Nutcracker, right? Like the toy turning real.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to point out that the Old Sparky is my favourite because you've not made it look like a normal flamethrower. It's more of a sparkler, and that is cool. Like, it's just that whenever we test it, I have to pull myself away from Sparky to try the other toy tanks so I know what I'm dealing with. So it's going to be very fun trying to pull myself away from it again. And yes, the toy version is something you can place in your garage.
Absolutely. The Sparky, Old Sparky has been related to the Calliope in terms of how it works in the event.
Mm-hmm.
It is an in-house favorite as well.
Oh yes, for sure. It is a really big favorite across the studio. But shall we also give them a sneak peek at the map as well?
Yeah, so it's not just about the tanks, it's actually about the map. It's totally reloaded. Let's give them a sneak peek.
It is reloaded. So here we go. Here's a bit of a sneak peek of the center of the map. So what can you see, chat? What's out there? What can you see?
With my little eye.
A lot of the same presents, but even more. And then we got some of those slot car tracks going through the map as well. This year, it's been a long time coming. The map needed a much necessary uplift. We not only just expanded the map itself, so it is a much larger. It's still a 7v7 PvP mode. But introduced a lot more elevation opportunities. And we also, if you guys recall last year for the toy tanks, we introduced the spring-loaded jump mechanic. That's going to be absent this year, but instead we introduced a boost mechanic to the toy tanks. Every single toy tank will get the boost, activated very much like a siege mode. And we introduced a lot of ramps or ramp-like angles into the map itself to get yourself some sky-high air.
I have seen some crazy jumps off those little ramps, and yes, before anybody asks, you can make it off of one of the ramps onto the racetrack.
Yep. Or even from the racetrack into some of the other distant presents. We have strategically placed certain ramps that you wouldn't think, with the right speed and momentum, you actually might be able to clear a huge gap and get yourself situated and kind of camp on top of a present all to yourself.
Yellow Rider being classed as kind of a light tank, and with that boost, you can catch some mad air with that.
Oh, 100% you can.
So another thing, you not only will you have your standard Commander XP boosts and things that we do for holidays to entice you to play and have fun, but you can see right in the center of that map, see that little pyramid with that question mark present over it? That's for 20 snowballs. So you can actually capture that for your team, and everyone on your team will get extra snowballs. Plus, each time you take out a toy tank, the present that pops up over them has a 25% chance of also giving out snowballs. And these are all additive for your team in the capture. So this is just yet another way for you to be able to not only play and earn for your other parts of the game, but getting more snowballs for the toy store.
Oh yes, lots of fun. The map really has been, as we've said, reloaded. And it's still under the Christmas tree, because obviously toy tanks have to battle it out under the Christmas tree. You can count it as training, ready for the next events coming up soon.
Exactly, KB. This is a great place to test out the different tanks to get a good feel for them, so when you actually go up against the Ice Queen and her minions.
Yeah.
And speaking of Yes,
Oh,
Bam. Bam has had the same idea as me.
Wavelength, yes.
Completely in
Speaking
sync.
speaking of under the Christmas tree, who recalls this age-old bug that we've had existing with our toy tank mode, where unfortunately sometimes your tank just happens to dig itself through that nice tuft rug and fall through the map itself just to get kind of snapped back up to the top, right? It was a silly bug. Unfortunately it existed for as long as it did. Hey, we finally ironed that one out. Your toy tanks will remain in the game world map, not sinking through any longer. Part of us actually feels a little bit sad to see it go because it was a bit of a staple of it, but it does also feel good to know that you guys are going to have
That
a
was
more
immediately on
polished.
my naughty list when I started playing this, and it came in, and it was really interesting. So here's a fun story, right? When you see things like that, a lot of times you think that the feature could be a code bug or something in engineering and stuff like that, because these tanks are built a little bit differently. But I took and after like all the years of like chasing it down, I took an art tack to it and talking to the art director, and then one of our designers and one of the artists really dug into it, and they found the challenging issue with the way the tank was built in just a slightly odd way, and we fixed it. So one more cool thing to add polish to the game that we're actually getting to.
Yes. I will admit that bug has been a bit of a bane and also a little bit of fun as well at times. Just seeing a tank randomly dive through the world is a bit crazy. Will we still get the crew training boost? Yes. Yes. I made sure that when we started talking all things winter, that was on top of the list. Because I know how much that means to people. I know people love going in and training their commanders as quick as they possibly can because they want to get, 9 skills and be the best they can in their other tanks. So I had that put at the top of Mr. Zotzi's list.
Yes, absolutely, it's part of it, and all the more so as we're getting these cool new commanders. I wanted to Dino Thesis is asking, so do you earn snowballs or do you buy snowballs? I mean, I really don't want to be snowballer. Nobody does in this kind of winter season, and you actually cannot buy snowballs. They're all earned. However, with the war chests and stuff, there will be a bonus amount of snowballs that happen every time that you get one. So if you get a war chest, there's bonus snowballs will happen. Be warned. Dun, dun, dun. Snowballs will melt at the end of our entire Winterfest season. They're a use it or lose it kind of thing, because they're snowballs in winter. So we'll be saying this a lot of times, but be warned. So spend them. There's lots and lots and lots of things to spend on in the toy stores. Believe me. But just know that that's how you get them.
Right then. So that's toy tank mode. We've spoke commanders. We've shown them the storefront. How about we show them Pedro?
Yeah, I love that you guys call this Pedro. I love all the fanfic that's happening around circling all the characters. That warms my heart knowing that you guys are engaged in this and that we're hitting the right notes.
Oh yes. So Pedro's on. Well, base Pedro is on screen right now because there was a comment yesterday when everything was being released that there is a Pedro fan club and they are very appreciative that you can keep Pedro. Very, very appreciative that he's going to be one to keep. Oh dear, chat. Honestly, I still don't understand where the name Pedro come from. So, if anybody can explain that one, please do.
Okay, as long as you didn't know either, because I was going to ask, because I had no idea.
I keep trying to ask, and all I get told is that Pedro is a good, strong name.
It is. It's a great name. I love it.
So yes.
Speaking of strong, hey Bam, you want to talk about the stats for this lovely little mischievous tank?
Can do. Yeah, so besides Pedro, this is the ELC Even NAS SS-12. This is going to be a Cold War Western affiliation Era 2 tank destroyer. A little bit of its background information here. This is beginning in the late 1950s. France implemented the Engine Léger de Combat. I probably butchered that, but translates to light combat vehicle, programmed to produce nimble, lightweight tanks that would use speed and firepower to counteract larger Eastern Bloc tanks. The Even series of vehicles was designed to compete with the proposals that manufacturing firm AMX submitted to the program. With the NA2 version featuring a repurposed turret that could either mount the SS-11 or SS-12 anti-tank guided missiles. Although prototypes of the Even tanks underwent trials, they were not actually selected for production. So what are some other selling points of the ELC Even, aka Pedro? It's an ATGM only tank mounted with dual SS-12 ATGMs, capable of punching a hole straight through most armor. Just don't get too close to the enemy, as it does have the 100 meters min arm distance to deal its full damage potential. Its compact size makes it one of the stealthiest tanks in Cold War. Use the environment to your advantage to stay out of sight until you need to fire. High top speed allows you to easily relocate. Employ a shoot and scoot technique to keep the enemy guessing where you are firing from. And I am becoming very self-conscious of how often this bell is jingling here, that it's like throwing me off. Anyhow.
Shall we show them
KB,
the skin?
did we want to show the tank skin of Pedro?
We do have Pedro's skin, and he has a
Excellent.
lovely conglomerate of a Santa Claus and a snowman squadron behind him by the Christmas tree. There we go.
Love that.
Chat's very happy. They do really like this skin. The name Pedro actually started last week when they first saw the Frostbite key art, and they were just like, "That's Pedro." So here's Pedro. He's a tiny tank. I don't think he's the smallest tank in game, but he's quite tiny. And
Not the smallest tank in game, but we were actually just playtesting him again earlier this morning, and it's really a fun mischievous tank to kind of go on, right? It's got speed. The missiles aren't that fast, so they don't have the velocity. So there's kind of exactly that kind of shoot and scoot kind of environment, and you definitely, that arming distance actually is more about saving your own skin, because you definitely don't want to get rammed or run over too close in a bigger tank with this thing. But yeah, a lot of fun. And in the winter maps, as you will see with the Pedro skin, oh my gosh, it's so hard to see, and just looks awesome.
yes, so the actual official name for this skin is the Ice Queen Minion skin, chat.
Correct.
Although I think it's just going to be Pedro from here on out.
Yeah, they're not going to accept that that name.
No, it's just going to be Pedro. Now, both the tank and the skin can be found in the storefront that you've just seen, and also the Mega Bundle as well. So 2 ways to get Pedro and the skin. As chat is just going, it's just like, rename it Pedro now. Done. Oh dear. You're all a bit crazy over this tank. But that's not the only one they've named. We will get to the other one a little later on. Because first, we're going to take a look at the other Cold War offering, which is the T-54D. Gents, who's taking this one?
I can take this one.
Let Bam take it.
Okay. I'm going to keep
good
it
at
very
numbers.
still, so no jingling. Okay, T-54D, another Cold War Western Alliance tank. This is also Era 2, a medium class. The T-54D tank project was part of the FRG program to modernize foreign T-54 tanks with a certain increase in weight. The vehicle received protective blocks that significantly increased its anti-heat protection and improved protection against kinetic projectiles. It was suggested to replace the 100mm D10T gun with more modern 105mm L7A3, as the British gun was superior to the Soviet gun in both armor penetration and accuracy. Upon request, the MG3 machine guns could be mounted on the tank, and its outdated communications equipment, observation devices, and aiming units could be modernized. But no prototypes were actually ever built. A few other points about this tank. This is an all-purpose medium tank that fulfills multiple roles on the battlefield. It has a good mix of mobility, armor, and firepower, allowing it to adapt to each map and situation you may find yourself in. And is also equipped with space composite armor on its hull and turret, giving it a level of protection greater than most mediums. And there is the T-54D.
Now, just to sidebar, we already have some little bits of what I would call fanfiction happening in chat over Pedro. So from Dino Caesars, we have Pedro the Minion ran over his snowballs, ran into a nutcracker and lost it all. I mean, you don't really want to risk those snowballs because they're going to get you so much good stuff out of the store. Like, chat, come on. So,
but if you see snowmen in the game to run over,
do it.
And maybe you can get some snowballs out of them.
Do it. Just run them over. Do it. The era is Era 2. It's another Western Alliance tank. Because I see chat asking. But this is a tank that can also be found in the Mega Bundle or in the war chests. So that now brings us to the start of our World War II offerings. We have the Object 283. Because I have to make sure that I get the, numbers right when it comes to Soviet tanks. Who's taking this one, gents?
I'll grab this one. So, Tier 9, let's start off with that. The Object 283, of course, is a Russian medium class tank. It has that look and feel about it. I love that barrel. So this is a draft of a medium tank developed by Research Institute number 100 in the mid-1960s. I love the Russian nomenclature. The original plans were to create a vehicle with a cast hull, a centrally placed power unit, and a rear fighting compartment, which is why it looks like this, right? There are also plans to mount a stereoscopic rangefinder. The project was discontinued at the development stage, but that's not going to stop us because look how cool that tank is. Now, while this tank falls into the medium tank class, it's actually a very heavy vehicle. So it's kind of it can punch above its weight, or at least stand up to the punches above its weight. Boasting an impressive amount of armor for a medium tank, you'll definitely want to play this at the medium range to support the front line. You can feel good and strong about that. This is not a flanking medium. With its rear-mounted turret, it excels at skyscraping. And this is helped by the heavily sloped armor and additional space armor on the side of the hull, which you can see there. All of it's backed by a hard-hitting 100mm gun, 360 damage potential, more than its 100mm counterparts of the other USSR medium tanks. So this can also be found in the storefront, war chest, and the Mega Bundle.
Yes, so, because I see people asking questions, whenever we say storefront, that means you can get them for snowballs, and yes, you will be able to earn snowballs for free. Which means you have many different ways to get some of these tanks. You can grind them out for free, you can, go and purchase that Mega Bundle. It's all about what you want to do, chat. That's how this is going to work. It's how you want to do it for a lot of these items that are coming in on Tuesday. Now, the final tank on our list, another World War II offering. Do you know what the players have already called this tank? Or at least its skin?
Oh, tell me.
This one has been called Juan.
Juan?
Juan. Juan is actually a Kampfpanzer 07PE. So this is Juan at base. This is base Juan. We will see full Juan later.
This is a lovely Tier 10 German heavy tank. The Germans always make things look sexy with their tanks. This is actually built in the summer of '63. The Defense Committee of Bundestag approved the production of a batch of 50 Zero Series Leopards. This is like the proto-Leopards, right? These are the first post-war West German tanks. However, at that time, work on the new generation machine was already going on, and it was to be put to mass production in the early '70s. The main requirements were as follows: so an ability to fire on the move off-road, because good mobility, because that's the first thing that saves a tank is speed. Best possible protection against radiation, because think about the time when these things were built, and a strict limit of 32 tons of combat weight. which is actually on the light side even for a heavy at that time. So no special attention was paid to the level of projectile protection, as at that time high mobility and low silhouette were seen as the basic survival features of a tank. The design, which was developed by Dr. Ang HCF Porsche, an AG incorporation with Mangman and Company, was submitted for consideration in December 63, but it was not accepted due to its weight approaching 60 tons. So yeah, you can see that, they wanted 32 tons, they got 60 tons, which really actually falls more in line with the tanks during that time, but actually a little bloaty. Still, that's not going to stop us because it looks really cool, and it's got a very accurate gun with great penetration, which will quickly rack up damage. It's got great frontal turret armor protection, and the upper hull armor, which you can see there, will prove difficult for the enemy to penetrate thanks to its front shovel protruding spaced armor protection. It's got good general mobility with a top speed of 50, making it a cross between that heavy and medium. And more importantly, dun dun dun, KB.
There we go. OBS had a moment.
More importantly, there you go. It's got an afro. No, it mounts the Yeti skin. These will be featured in our Ice Queen combat mode as one of the mini bosses that you will have to take on, the Yetis. And this is called Juan.
Yes,
Apparently
yes. This is now called Juan. It's not a
Juan.
Yeti, it's
Yes.
Juan. And according to the people in Discord yesterday, Nigel is Juan's son.
I love these stories. Keep them coming. So tank and skin can be found in the war chest. And they're very, very cool. Also note, as a side note, just the tank that you get to play in the game is not the tank that you'll be running up against the Ice Queen. She has special powers to make tanks do very cool things.
In fact, I think they see a sneak peek of one of those powers in the trailer. So if somebody wants to find it, go back and watch our trailer again, because there are a lot of little Easter eggs in there.
Here's the big kicker.
I was going to
All of
say,
these
let's
tanks-
tell them this. This one's big.
Yeah, all of these tanks are Winterfest exclusive. Winterfest exclusive. That means you will not see them again until next Winterfest event. Oh, this is the only time to get them. Like those snowballs, those deals melt away. Oh, this is the chance to get it. And that silly Ice Queen tank that you saw in the trailer, at the very end, do we have a picture of that too?
We do. We have the Ice Queen skin in all her glory, and this mounts onto an E100.
Correct. This is also something that the players can actually get.
Question: has the community named this tank with the skin?
No,
The Ice Queen.
not yet.
Ice Queen Eternal.
Not
Thankfully,
yet.
thankfully. So this one is still Ice Queen skin for now. Oh dear, but no.
That, boys and girls, are all the cool tanks, both toy tanks and real tanks, that you can get for Christmas if you're on the nice list.
Oh yes, that's lots and lots. But there's actually something that I forgot to put into your guys' notes for this stream. Because that's not the only thing happening on Tuesday. We've got all of this fun stuff with, toy tanks and the storefront and everything else. But
Yeah,
just
event
like
calendar, which you guys should already be
all
opening.
the calendar, and not just Boostmas that's happening in the main game mode, we've also got a challenge going live for, let me get this right, the T28 concept. And
Yes.
just give me a minute to double check this, but I believe it's also coming with its Santa's sleigh skin. So this is going to be under the challenge called Build a Tank. You are going to be earning tank parts, trading them in, and working your way up to a full T28 concept. Yes, that's correct. And double check the... Yes... it's Santa it comes with. It comes with a Santa 3D commander at stage 14. The tank follows at stage 15. And the other cool bit about this is, along this challenge, you're going to be earning more snowballs! Snowballs for
Absolutely.
everybody!
Speaking of snowballs, are we talking about if you have a season pass, KB?
Season pass. So, I'm just being told some bits on the side about this first. So, T28 concept Santa's sleigh skin will be in the... so many names. The Winterfest storefront, which means you can also get that for free just by playing the game. Back to Snowballs is the every one of you who has purchased any form of season pass, so this includes from Tuesday, if you buy it today, if you buy it Tuesday, if you buy it all the way up until January 6th, you will get 4,000 snowballs immediately applied to your account once the event goes live. If you buy it during the event, you get them immediately upon purchase. Snowballs for
Because
everybody.
we didn't want to open up a toy store and not give you guys something to spend. Right? So this is one of the free bonuses that you're getting on all of the season passes.
And it doesn't matter how you get the season pass either. You can buy it yourself. You can gift it to somebody. If you've won it off one of our streams or from one of the CCs or CAs, you will still get your 4,000 snowballs. Somebody mentions they drove their T28 with the Santa skin the other day. I am proud of you there. That's brilliant.
If you did it before Thanksgiving, so everybody could go, not yet.
See, I had my garage decorations up before Thanksgiving.
As did I, yeah.
Because
like once Halloween was over, I cleaned out my garage and put all the Christmas stuff in.
I did that as well. So, there is.
Awesome. Go ahead.
I was going to say, there's lots coming. There's lots to dig the teeth in. I don't even think we've been able to do some of it justice during the last 50 minutes because there's just that much. So that
We are chock-a-block and making sure that everybody has something to do.
Yes. So there is going to be more articles immediately after this stream. There are going to be more articles on Monday. There are going to be more articles on Tuesday because there's just that much information. We need lots of articles to make sure you have got everything you need to know. Also, everybody should be on the lookout for a little Easter egg in one of today's article because I hear our content writers have hidden some little community Easter eggs in them. So I wonder if chat will be able to find them once the article goes live. What do we think, Jens?
Speaking
do you
of
think
articles,
they'll find it?
They're super good at finding things. I'll definitely find it. I also just yesterday the interview I did with MMORPG came out, so there's some really good background as to the making of. You want the kind of behind the scenes of what we did for Winterfest and how we came about to there. If you'd like to learn out more about that.
Yes, I actually read that article last night. It was a very interesting read, especially about everything that you've put into it, because it goes not into detail just about toy tanks, but it goes on about everything that's coming over Winterfest, which we will be telling you more about next week, chat, because if you remember that roadmap that we showed earlier, this is only the start of Winterfest. This is just 1 week of 4. There is much more to come, and we will be digging more into the Ice Queen's story next week. But first, we've got a giveaway to do. I need to get the wheel set up. Oh dear.
What are we giving away?
We are giving away another 2 Ultimate Season Passes. So do you know what that means?
That means snowballs, baby.
It means more snowballs. Lots more snowballs, because every season pass is gonna be getting 4,000 snowballs on Tuesday. Right, let's get these winners. Well, this list downloaded. Get the wheel set up, because I am so behind I don't even have the wheel set up. How rude of me. Chat will be calling for my head if I don't show them this wheel.
That's fine, KB. In the meantime, I'm trying to scan everything that everybody's in chat, but it's like a bunch of elves that are hooked on Kane, just like everybody's writing, and it's awesome. There's so much excitement going on. I'm excited that you guys are excited.
Oh, you should have seen
really
Discord last night.
You guys a superb event.
Discord went absolutely crazy for it, and they were just like, oh, there's a new event. We're getting event currency. There are new tanks. That's Pedro!
Indiana Loud, you're asking about the Ice Queen. She is a 3D commander and more. Stay tuned for more on that.
I can add that to here. And then we can do a quick crop so that we only see the wheel. There we go. And we'll bring it down to that corner. Okie dokie then. Switch over there. Okay, chat. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's find out our first winner. This chat can follow giveaway directions, Regum. I have them well trained when it comes to these. So we have Gunny Jay-Z as our first winner. Let's just take that and note it down in my little logbook of everything. Because yes, I have to note everything down, otherwise I definitely get lost. And let's go again, chat. Let's do another one.
Spin, spin, spin.
Spinny, spinny, spin. No, it's not you, Sinster. You wish it was you.
One of these
It's
days.
Deputy Dog 777. Now that's one of our chat regulars, actually. They've been around for a very, very long time.
Huzzah! Congrats.
So those are our winners. You will be credited your season passes ASAP, and you will also be getting those 4,000 snowballs as well. Because
Well, on your way to a new toy tank.
straight on the way to a new toy tank, or some camo, or a skin, whatever else you could be after.
Or one of the cool new commanders.
Or one
So
of the
many
cool new
options.
commanders, because some of them are
The
in
awesome
there.
garage gear.
And there's now bets being taken into the chat of, will this season dethrone Halloween as the best time of year? What do we think? Has
As
Winterfest
someone
got
who's
the
a
power?
big Jack Skellington fan, why not both?
Ooh.
You tell me. Do I think that we put so much? So here's the thing: we put so much into this, and with new cool tools like the event store, the toy store, with being able to set up new challenges for you, with the interesting with snowballs as an event currency. This is the kind of stuff that if you guys like this and it works out well for us, we want to lean in even heavier for the Halloween event. So don't think of it as beating the Halloween event, thinking it as the +1 to the next Halloween event.
Right.
Which, honestly, we've already planning for. Phoebe and I were actually talking about different tank monsters and things.
We
just last week.
were snowballing some ideas, but chat, since you're still with
Oh.
us, the articles are now live, so I'm going to drop them in for you. So we've got the highlights one there, and then let me grab the link to the other one. This one that's coming in will tell you about all the different bundles that are going to be on for Winterfest. There's plenty of stuff to dig your teeth in over the weekend, and there's more where that came from on Monday morning. So enjoy it. Get ready for Winterfest. It's probably going to get icy at some point, don't you think?
Absolutely. Meantime, extra marshmallows and the hot cocoa for everyone.
I need to go and buy some marshmallows. You're the second person who's mentioned marshmallows today, and I need more marshmallows. Honestly. So then, chat, we will run the trailer one last time, and then if you are on Twitch, stick around. We will find somebody to raid and hopefully put a smile on somebody's face today, especially if you're all smiling for the amount of content you've got coming on Tuesday. Parting words, gents?
Ready with your toy tanks? Get ready for your snowballs. I'm actually really excited to be playing with you in these events.
Agreed. This was, as Zotz had pointed out, this is a huge effort by the team, and we are really looking forward to what you guys think of our huge Winterfest event starting next Tuesday.
Also
Alright.
keen on seeing all of the good challenges that KB usually sets up still stand. Who's going to get the kill counts? Who's going to get the highest numbers? And also, which commander is the most popular? I'm still
Well,
Team
look,
Nutso.
It's Team Nutso. It's going to be Team Nutso.
Team Nigel.
Tank would probably be Pedro right about now, but the commanders, it's obviously Team Nutso. And on that bombshell, chat, we do need to vamoose, so stick around for the trailer one last time, and then we will find somebody to raid if you're on Twitch, chat. Enjoy the weekend, and get ready for Winterfest. You're going to need to wrap up warm.
When the chill takes hold, when the lights fade, when the last hope shatters,
Nice to meet you all.
when the ice cream wraps your heart in frost, Remember, all is not lost. Let's melt that ice. Time to jingle all the way. Ho, 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 the line, Commanders. To victory. It's time to deliver some holiday gifts to Her Icy Majesty.
Your world will be my frozen playground. Winter is no longer coming. It's here. Minions, move forth like the winter winds. You'll need every tank you can get to defeat me. Santa won't look so merry by the end of this.